What?
I think in the media, comic book shops are kind of portrayed as like you just walk in, you grab a comic and you read. If you like it, you pay for it. If you don't, you put it back.
Big Bang Theory is doing the same thing.
That's you know what I mean? It's not media.
But there's a difference.
It's good. But it's good because now you're putting in the etiquette. You're letting people it's kind of not like that.
He's not. We're speaking for Don.
Yeah, for
Don
sure.
Juan
Big Don.
Gonzalez.
Big Don.
That's his real name.
But
Don
I'm saying
Juan
he's giving the message though.
Yeah,
that's true. Okay, it's a real thing. I mean, I've seen people at the shop. You can be as kind as you can, but this just goes out to the world. If you don't know, now you know. It's just an etiquette you have.
If you don't know, now you know. Yeah. It's okay to thumb through it. Check it out.
Well, here you go. You don't go into Walmart, open a bag of chips, get a handful, and be like, sweet, and put in the bag.
Happened one time. One time.
Well, but you bought the bag after.
No, I didn't.
I
did. Who's gonna stop me?
Yeah.
That security guard.
Don Juan.
That security guard in the yellow jacket. Call a real cop.
On a side note, oh gosh,
I sampled a bag.
Security.
So I was like, no, not for me.
Well, you guys are, not you, but you're a jerk. You're just a jerk.
What do you mean, you guys? What do you mean by that?
What do you
guys who eat chips and don't pay for them?
What do you mean, you guys?
What do you mean, you guys?
It means actual men, guys.
That is like
exactly. I may not be a man, but I'm a legend as the phoenix who's come back from the grave.
You're a beta.
That movie says says a couple things, man.
What movie?
Tropic Thunder.
Oh, like wait, what?
That movie, it's like the only known, and like sometimes I'm like, should I really be laughing at this? Like, there's so much going on in this film. It is literally the most recent mainstream accepted version of blackface.
I have no comments on that. But there's a worse movie that did it.
No, I mean, but he did it like this either means black people really love Robert Downey Jr.
They gave him a pass.
A strong ass pass.
He's Iron Man.
No dog in this fight.
I was just like, me too, because I was like, oh, that shit's hilarious. I was like, oh, what? Ah!
No, it's better than that one. What was that movie in the 80s where the kid... You got it. That's a horrible one.
That's a horrible movie.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. The basketball movie.
Oh, that's so bad.
Soul Man.
Soul Man.
You never
and
seen
it
Soul
was
Man?
called Soul Man.
Soul Man. And it was called Soul Man. So I think Robert Downey Jr. is okay.
Have you
compared to Soul Man?
Have you seen the South Park episode where Randy is like playing Wheel of Fortune and he's like, solve this, and the camera guy is like looking? I feel like that same camera guy was there doing the shooting of Soul Man. He was like, is this really happening right now?
Oh my god. I got no comment, but man, don't watch that movie. Just look it up on IMDb and man. Wow, this movie got made.
That is rough. Fuck, guys.
That is
Who made that movie?
I don't know.
Some racist
guy.
That was like...
Here's an idea. Look up the idea. I'm not going to talk
about it.
Here's an idea.
Like, here we are struggling for money, man. We should just be writers because people just come up with stuff and they're just like, how about this? And then, like, some head sees it. He's like, fuck, give this guy $50 million.
Yeah, then we got greenlit. Oh, yeah. This isn't going to be a bad idea at all.
Yeah. And, like rubber. Like, somebody actually gave somebody for rubber. Like, they're like, a killer tire.
It's about a tire,
son of a bitch. Give this guy... You call it prophylactic tires?
No, I said the rubber is in tire.
Oh, yeah, okay.
A galactic prophylactic.
I need 4 new prophylactics for my car, quick.
Yeah.
Cadillac
of prophylactics.
Oh, my God. So it doesn't work that way.
But yeah, fuck, we found our way down this weird road of shit.
But that's save us.
But that's why
I'm going to throw you a lifeline.
Yeah,
that's why Joe Hill's a good writer.
April 25th, Dan Frega. Frega Boom! My boy.
I like food?
No, shut up. He's got a cool comic dropping on Indiegogo, Black Flag.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Not the punk band that Henry Rollins ruined, but he ruined that band.
Whoa! I thought he was always the OG singer. I didn't know they had a singer.
No. They had a real singer named Descadena back in the day. See, I'll learn you some things.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
No, but Henry Rollins came in and he had a cool sound, but he kind of fucked everything up in that band. But anyway, Black Flag dropping on Indiegogo. Check it out. Go back it. It's doing gangbusters. I mean, there's no new comics coming out from the big two, Marvel, DC, either Image, Valiant. Anybody's putting out books. So Indiegogo right now, they're going to start shipping their books out. Black Flag by Dan Frega. You got, did you back the Expendables yet?
No.
Back the Expendables!
Ah, God.
Did you back Cyber Frog?
No.
Back Cyber! No, don't worry. I know somebody who's going to get some Cyber Frog comics in here.
Skyver, right?
Van Skyver.
Very
They're cool. 80 pages They're going to have a chromium cover. It's going to look like something good from the 90s, not the current crop of crap. Hey, CCC, I like it. That's currently going on.
CCC.
I get an honorary.
We need to have.
Is that 1, 2, you correct?
Yeah, this is a good one.
How about 1, 2, hurt you? I like that.
Back to you.
No, you gotta do your one. Yeah, that's your calling card, man.
Well, then I can't do it. Not stage right.
Oh, you bastard.
See, if you listen to Bone Crusher, you wouldn't have that problem.
I told you for the last time, I don't believe in Carol Baskins. 1, 2, just for you, Carol Baskins. Gotcha. Sorry, man. Seriously, you're a murderer.
We need.
She asked.
Well, he can say that, but I can't say what I said earlier.
What did you say earlier?
I don't know. He talked about.
No. From what I learned from Tiger King documentary, as long as I'm not filming myself doing things to Carol Baskins, because, dude, oh my gosh, Joe Exotic starts filming himself shooting dolls of Carol Baskin.
Yeah.
He's like, next time I see you, this is all quoting. I'm like, dude, you can't say you're going to openly murder somebody and then get accused of attempted murder on that person. So,
He
dude.
shot a doll,
Yeah.
and people got butthurt.
Well, yeah, he had a doll that wore her clothes. Like, next time I see Carol Baskin, and he shot the doll with a real gun.
You know what he should have done?
What's wrong with that?
Because
You can't do that.
Why not?
Because he got accused of actually hiring a hitman to kill her. That's why he's in jail now.
Coincidental.
Yeah. Hey, what he should have done is said that the character that Joe Exotic was a character.
Exactly.
That's what he
This
should
is
have
a
done.
character.
Yeah. This is not who I really am.
Like, Spoiler is really redacted, and Superfly Eli's really redacted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, talking about butthurt. Sean Gordon Murphy.
We're talking about her.
Okay.
Sean Gordon. More comic shop news.
Okay.
Yes.
The creator and the artist of the Batman White Knight series, the whole universe. He I guess he's contemplating going crowdfunded, but some entitled crybaby millennials said, in this time, in this environment, it would be a bad look for you to make money.
Are these other people also artists, or are they just?
They're in the industry.
They are in the.
And I'm like, dude, if they're your real friends, they're gonna want you to feed your family and succeed.
See, that's the thing. And correct me if I'm wrong on internet land, but I don't believe that the big companies are paying their writers or artists right now, right?
Pencils down.
Exactly. So, why is it a bad thing to try to...
Because he's guesstimating he's going to make like $500,000 and all
But that's
this
the consumer who's buying it. It has nothing to do with him.
I'd buy it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think like that's just like people are haters, bro.
Right.
Like anybody.
That's everybody.
If you have a good idea, nobody doesn't think about it. Yeah, they hate us because they're.
They hate us because they ain't us.
I thought you said anus.
They ain't us.
Anus. I'm hearing anus still.
Yeah, bro. You
Hit
hear
'em.
You hear what you want to hear, okay?
Now you know what
I like
it was
musicals, but that's not an invitation, my friend.
Yeah, that's what you say now, and then the cameras are off,
Oh my gosh.
and then I get a text.
Hey, once you go black, you never go back.
Jeez.
Oh, now I'm gonna have to cut that out.
Why?
I'm
joking.
Man.
I'm joking.
Wow.
I'm joking.
Wow. Spoiler.
Spoiler. I'm joking. What were you just talking
No,
about?
it's not joking. It's Tiger King, bro.
Tiger
No,
King.
we were just talking about nonsense. What the hell were you just
There's
talking
only
about?
one king of comics right now.
Who?
Todd McFarlane. He's the only guy that can save the industry.
Oh no! Wait, Sean Gordon Murphy. It's not a bad idea. I don't think it's a bad idea.
Yeah, it should
I was
be
segueing into Todd
But
McFarlane.
you think Todd McFarlane is the king of comics right now?
Right now. So maybe I was a little overzealous by calling him the king of comics because there's only one true king of comics, and that's Jack Kirby.
Okay.
Oh, I
respect
agree.
that.
Okay, but I think
spit and truth.
Todd McFarlane, I'm putting it down. I'm preaching.
Yeah, put it on
I'm
your
gonna
lap.
take it to the mountain.
Is that what you're saying? You put it over your lap. You said that earlier. You put Nia Jax over your lap or something like that.
I said I put him over.
You gotta put him over. There we go.
There
Hit
it
him.
is.
Hit him.
Over. I'll put
You gotta
over
respect
my
the
lap.
business.
Bro,
Respect
this
the
is not
business.
6 feet away.
I know. Fuck it.
You
We're
have to
here.
wash me up.
This is how much. Okay.
And you got a wife?
Stay
Don't.
off.
Does she know about that?
Yeah. Don't promise me.
This ain't no broke back comic book shop.
We didn't say anything was gonna be put into somebody.
All right, let's start over. So, Todd McFarlane's not the king of the comic industry. It could have been funny, and then it stopped.
Oh fuck!
You were saying about Todd
McFarlane is the godfather of comics right now.
Okay, cool.
Oh man, he's also got a beautiful toy coming out
It's
too.
awesome.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
You know, I was not. I'm very much a Spawn fan.
Mm.
However, like
Well,
this.
you don't like good artwork?
You know what? dude, it's like WCW, WWE type shit. You know what I'm saying? When Image was doing their thing, I was such like a Marvel DC guy that like Image was a WCW. I really didn't like their art didn't appeal to me at the time. I was a kid. Kids do stupid stuff. I thought chocolate milk came from fucking brown cows.
Racist.
That's a beautiful thing.
You know what I mean? And then
there's a big
no, but I hear you say,
yeah.
no, for me,
they don't.
No, it does not come from brown cows.
I'm wise in my years. I was born in the 90s.
Okay.
For me, it was the toys that turned me on.
Yeah, okay.
Before the comics.
It was the artwork for me.
Yeah,
dude.
But anyway, this toy
is fucking amazing. And then like later on, I became a fan of Spawn for sure. I dig this toy. It's gonna be 7 inches now. Mm-hmm. That wingspan looks fucking bananas.
Impressive wingspan.
Like the Phoenix.
Oh, they're better than this Phoenix.
Hey, did you get any feedback on our last podcast?
I got a lot of feedback from Bob.
Bob!
Bob's always coming. Speaking of which, Bob, you won both the action figures.
Yeah!
The emails in the about section, if you shoot me your email, or I'll talk to our mutual friend Henry, and we can ship these action figures off to you.
I know,
Thanks
Bob.
for being
Bob,
awesome.
Bob.
For everybody else, don't forget to be like Bob.
Be Bob.
Comment,
be like Bob.
Subscribe, and share this video.
Don't be a slob. Be like
definitely
Bob.
hit that like because it helps little channels like us.
What do you call little?
Little child?
Channels.
Oh.
We're not little. We're svelte.
Yeah.
No, actually, I am short. And
it helps us get noticed.
Hit that like, smash that like button. Subscribe. Share it.
There it is.
Join the militia.
Like Sugar Ray, baby. I just want to fly.
Oh my God.
Spread me.
The great punk band Sugar Ray.
As the great punk band Sugar Ray once was said, I'll tell you what you want, what you really, really want.
Great punk band Sugar Ray. Something nobody ever said ever.
What we just did.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Like I said, nobody.
Hashtag. No, honestly, I've been listening to a lot of Sugar Ray. As I do.
Really?
I love SugarRay.
And watching Tiger King at the same time wearing that.
They go so well together.
Explains so much.
So well together.
See, crap like that is how you get buried.
You gotta watch. Have you watched Tiger King yet?
No!
Have you watched Tiger
I'm reading comics.
I don't think buried means what you think it means.
I'm reading comics.
You planted me like a seed and I've sprouted.
I planted you on your head.
And I've grown into this thing.
Anybody else? Any shout-outs? Anything you guys want to see us cover?
Oh, yeah. You know what? We were talking about, like, where casting... well, two things Bullet Bob and I were talking about. We were talking about castings for Justice League that were horrible. And we were also talking about the most underused wrestling factions. In my opinion, for me, that would have to be the X Factor with
Just Incredible and X-Pac
and Prince Albert.
Prince Albert was great.
And they had a Joe.
We're talking wrestling.
Yeah, it was a Joe Cracker. Was his name Cracker Joe or Joe Cracker?
The rapper? Uncle Cracker?
No, he was a country music
rapper
guy. His name was Joe Cracker.
That was Uncle Cracker.
Okay, whatever. Uncle Cracker did his theme music.
Yeah, Uncle Cracker.
I know that felt bad when I was saying it. You know, I don't like.
You can't say country music; it'll make your skin burn.
I can't say Uncle
I
Cracker
can say
now.
country music. Why?
You think Uncle Cracker's the name of the band? That's what you do.
I know.
Yeah.
He's a rapper.
Well, yeah.
I was a rapper. I thought he was a country star.
Me too.
Somebody tell me who Uncle Cracker.
He was like Kid Rock.
Message Uncle Cracker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was.
You like Kid Rock?
He was a semi.
You like Kid Rock?
You want to be a cowboy, babe?
You know.
Ball with the ball, the bang, giggy. Yeah.
Giggity.
You know.
Don't say it's just politics that turns you off.
No.
It's because this is a white boy rapping?
No.
Don't you like Marshall Mathers?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Mom Spaghetti and all that shit?
No.
Man, how good does that sound right now?
I'm not. You know what? I will say, I could comfortably say, I am not a fan of most white rappers. I am not.
Whoa.
With
not
the...
Not even Post Malone?
No, not
what about Free Malone?
With the
what
exception...
Water Malone?
No.
Don't say the Beastie Boys.
No, well, the Beastie Boys are on the list of people I don't like. But...
Whoa! Jewish?
Spoiler, we spent so much time fighting each other, we should have been fighting this jerk this whole time.
I do like Eminem, and I do like, I kind of like Kid Rock at a certain point.
So do you just like seeing the world burn?
I don't like, this is why I don't like Post Malone, I'll tell you.
Who's that?
This other white rapper.
White rapper.
Yeah, it's another one. Post Malone, I don't like when people go... It's the same reason why I don't like Taylor Swift as a country artist. I don't like when people do something, and like Post Malone was trying to make it in rock, and he couldn't make it in rock, so then he goes, I'm going to be a white rapper, because I can make money there. I don't like that premise. It's the same reason when Taylor Swift started off, she was a pop star. She couldn't make it in pop, so she's like, I'm going to dial it down, and I'm going to do country. And then from country, she went back to pop.
You know who,
So I don't dig stuff like that.
you
But
see that a lot in like Christian rock.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
start off with a Christian band.
With arms wide open.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and
They'll say some kind of creed, and then before you know it, Kings of Leon were kind of the same way too.
Were they?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. See, I'm not a fan of that. So with Marshall Mathers and Kid Rock, they both like Kid Rock was
Are you
doing
grabbing imaginary
yeah,
boobs right now?
yeah. Kid Rock started rapping, I think, has been rapping longer than Marshall actually. Like he was
that's a good thing to look up.
Yeah, he was doing like rap.
Put in the Google machine.
He was doing rap for a while. Then Marshall popped off, and then he popped off. But I think Kid Rock segued his way from. He went from rap to country.
It's not country, it's more like classic rock now. He's doing Skinner.
It's not class. No, not classic rock.
He's sampling Skinner every
He's
album.
rock, but he himself is not a classic
He's
rock
doing
artist.
stuff like he does like Sweet Home Alabama and stuff like he's trying to.
Who was done by Woo?
I got a picture to make or something like that.
I like
country. You can call it country rock then, if it's anything.
Ooh, you know what's really good in country? There's nothing to do with anything.
What's that?
Dolly Parton and Willie Nelson.
Fuck yeah.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
This is really good.
You don't like white rappers? Not even the House of Pain?
Man,
Back it up, back it up.
Whitey Ford.
Hey, yeah, Everlast.
No, but like that's what I'm saying. Like, what are your true like the one thing you can say about Marshall is he's just been rap all the way through. What are your true? No matter how many albums fell in between, like his big albums, he's rap.
So you can't broaden your horizons?
Whitey, because
See,
then I feel
like a
like
phoenix flapping its wings.
I love it.
then I feel like
Burning
what,
up like
what,
Jean
what are
Grey.
you doing really? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you exploiting a typical black art form to promote yourself? That's where it gets shaky. It's the same thing. It's the same thing like with Chuck Berry, right? Everybody's like, "Oh, fuck Elvis! Elvis is bomb."
Fuck Chuck Berry. He
Chuck
looks at
Berry
people go
was-
pee-pee.
Cool, whatever. That's his king. Don't judge him. Man. Don't judge him.
But they don't know. You're putting the cameras up in his restaurant.
That's fucking awesome.
Jeez.
But like, I feel like, or the young lady who came up with like "You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog" and then like Elvis did it, and then it's
So
fucking.
you're talking about cultural appropriation.
You know, it's some shit like that. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like that's where it fucking. And it's not even cultural. Again, I don't like Taylor Swift because she failed as a pop star, and then she's like, "I'm gonna fucking do this country thing because it seems easier and I might be able to." I don't think it.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
That's the game I hate. That's why I don't like white rappers, man.
I like it.
Damn, savage.
That was deep.
The same thing with Beastie Boys, right? Because like if you ask them, they were like trying to be something, but
They were a punk band.
Exactly, they weren't trying to be hip hop. They weren't. That's the
No,
last thing.
that ain't how that happened. No, they were heavily influenced by the Bad Brains. That's why they got the name the Beastie Boys with a double B. And then right when this stuff was popping off, rap was hip. See, this happened in the 80s. You guys were barely living your daddy's sacks.
But
Is that like 60 years ago?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like the Beastie Boys weren't like, hey, we're gonna be a hip hop band. We're gonna be that's not what they wanted to do.
No, because in their early albums, they were already sampling tracks. They were messing around with scratch. They were doing these little skits. So it was there, bro.
I don't know, man.
Agree. Disagree.
Agreed.
It was popping off. All the breakdancing, all that stuff was popping off when they were coming up, and they were like, "What are they doing over there? What are they doing over there? Why are they on their heads?" That's kind of cool.
I think if you ask them, you're like, okay, did you want to be Run DMC or did you want to be Twisted Sister? They would be like, probably try.
No one wanted to be Twisted Sister.
Hey, they're not going to.
Everybody wanted to be fucking
Twisted. They were going punk, not hair metal.
But every hair band's basically Twisted Sister.
Yeah.
No, we're not talking hair bands.
But
I like hair bands.
Apples and pomegranates.
But I'm saying if you ask them where they were trying to,
They wanted to be the Bad Brains.
They wanted whatever that. What are the Bad Brains? Punk?
Yeah,
They're not hip hop. They're not hip hop.
Dude,
my
is that
point.
Fall Out Boy? They're punk.
That's my point.
That's
they
OG punk, and they're black.
That's what I'm
Let me guess, you
saying.
don't like those are black punkers.
No, I dig it. Punk is
the shit.
Punk is inherently, man. I mean, like, come on, punk is not inherently.
Come on, you got living color hair.
Fuck yeah! You know how many people were shocked at WrestleMania that Living Color was black?
That was great.
That was the greatest fucking
Look in
reveal.
my
I know
eyes.
they are, but what WrestleMania was this?
I forget.
I know that.
Punk's WrestleMania. What WrestleMania was that when he wrestled?
Blah, 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 blah.
I don't know. But when they came out to play, the crowd's reaction was like, "Oh shit!"
How did I know?
You didn't know either?
No, I know.
They're such
Told the personality.
They're such an older band. They were like,
They're great.
they're great. I know, but they didn't have a huge following when they were out. You know what I mean?
Go following, put them in that.
They were definitely the Seven Dusts of their time for sure. Like nobody
That's
knew.
funny. Every time I would type it on YouTube, it just give me the show Live in Color.
Yeah.
How you living? What? How you living? What? How you living?
Live in color. Yeah, that was right.
Everybody
There
here
today.
equally. Can't do that.
There's fuck no. Mad TV couldn't be around. I'm shocked that fucking if you watch early Saturday Night Live.
Oh yeah.
Whew,
There's a whole racial skit with Steve
with-
Martin and Dan Aykroyd where they're playing people from the Middle
Eddie
East.
Murphy doing buckwheat.
or
Come on.
what's the one with Richard Pryor? Is
Oh,
Richard
him and Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Can't quote it, but yep.
Yes, that's what.
Yeah, you're a dead person.
See, like it just couldn't. It,
Or it had.
it wouldn't
Oh,
work
man,
out,
it's
bro.
not-
There's so
it's
much.
not. But yeah,
You know why we're like this now?
Oh
There's too many kids that grew up without their daddies.
man.
Aww.
Hit you right in the feels, huh?
Cheers.
Hit you right in the field. If you're a daddy, stay in the picture. The spoiler's gonna come gunning for you.
Wow. I have a father figure in my lap.
That's my PSA. Not the more you know.
Or that way, yeah.
Yeah.
We're taking direction, guys. Now you're clashing into those PSAs.
It's all right.
So what do you guys?
Remedy
Let
night.
me
We can
ask
do
you,
it.
what are you guys thinking about movies now that they're streamable at home for $20?
I love it.
Ha.
Have you
You're
guys been
hilarious.
streaming?
That's great.
At Castle Spoiler, the little spoilers were watching that Trolls movie.
That's beautiful.
Oh, that's out.
Yeah, I came out
Yeah.
last night.
But see, tonight we're gonna get down with some Bloodshot.
Okay,
Yeah.
So
cool.
the little
cool.
spoilers are gonna get either traumatized or.
I don't know. I think a PG-13, right? I don't think it's that bad.
I don't think it's that bad.
It's Vin Diesel, so it's gonna be bad.
No, it's not.
I don't know what
He
was.
doesn't make movies for friends.
What
He
was
makes
the
movies for
rating of
family.
Predator? What was Predator? Was Predator rated R?
Yeah, but that was different.
No,
though.
no,
That was
no.
the 80s.
80s Predator probably been PG-13.
The 80s we were tougher.
RoboCop was PG-13. I think.
Yeah, well, yeah. Poltergeist was.
If you were born in the 70s, they built you to last.
Yeah.
If you were born in the 70s, you need to stay in your house. This is the last cast of Superfly Eli.
Tap out! Tap out! I'm not a boomer!
No, do the handing.
Get the chlorine! Get the bleach! Not enough!
2.
Oh, he's holding on. Joke of the day. Joke of the day. Great. That's so brilliant.
Now I'm buried.
Yeah.
Now I'm buried.
Oh, man.
Superfly has been put.
I know. I say that because I think the little spoilers will fudge.
Oh,
RoboCop was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah!
I just
I'd buy that for
they
$1.
blew his fucking hand off, man.
No, he was hard because he was a robot.
That too. Man, that was a rough.
Don't move.
That was a rough PG-13.
I was.
I think you can do fine over there. That's good. How long are your videos lasting when you get them?
48 hours
I have.
That's not bad.
for $20.
That's the whole. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Also, now you guys have done a 180. Because
Yeah,
a month ago you didn't
never,
like it.
I never knocked it. When did I knock
Yeah,
it?
you did.
We didn't like it. We weren't fans of it.
Yeah.
No, I remember I
I'm
said
not being a
I
fan.
said I get the good and the bad, and,
Yeah.
and for this, like,
Okay, so then this guy didn't like it.
I don't
well,
like
no,
it.
I think
You still don't like it?
I think if you're paying $20, you should at least get like a back.
before you murder me, I'm gonna say something.
Okay,
so don't
go ahead.
not you. He's gonna murder me.
Right.
I would say as a single couple.
Okay.
There's a cool aesthetic going to the movie theater, so that's why I said
Yeah.
I don't like going there.
Yeah.
But as a family, man,
Yeah.
that's a great idea. Sweet, $20. I don't need to spend an extra $200 on popcorn and hot dogs and a bunch of stuff. We're in the comfort of our home. We can all watch it together. And say, like, let's say, and it's just an example. Like, say the kids need to get up to use the bathroom. Cool. Pause it. I get that.
But even as a couple, though, how much is a ticket? $10?
Yeah.
That's $10.
So if a couple goes, it's how much? 10 plus 10 is what?
Yeah.
$20.
Here's my.
Then you get one viewing at a theater with some jackass who's got his cell phone out, with some other jackass who's going to give you commentary, with some other jackass over there who's going to sneeze and spread the beer bug around.
The beer bug.
If you're in
that's
the movie
good.
theater, keep your commentary to yourself.
I agree.
Here's the thing, though. Like, Disney did it so well. They put Onward out on Disney Plus.
That was smart.
Like, just put it on. Because you know who makes Trolls? Who's that? Is that
That's DreamWorks.
and DreamWorks is owned by who now? Who owns DreamWorks? Is that
That's,
Warner?
That's Universal, I believe.
Universal? Okay.
Spielberg owns it.
Does he?
Yeah, it's not Warner Bros.
Okay. Well, like Warner Movies. If I'm already paying for your HBO app, just put it on.
What's it Warner did? Warner
Put it on HBO. I'm already paying.
Oh, I see.
monthly.
Maybe
for
it's
that.
it's a payment distribution deal right now
It has to be. It doesn't make the money back.
because they're doing it on Fandango, not the wrestler. I thought he was gonna be world champ.
Bro, his promos were bananas. I loved them when they were, or not his promos, his
entrance.
What was that? What is that called?
Did you-
Vignettes.
yeah.
The vignettes were awesome.
Go straight to the bottom of the card.
What's the vignette?
It's
little
like
video.
Yeah, the little like videos.
Oh, like it was in between, like in the locker room.
Yeah,
and
when
stuff?
they no,
Like the little movies telling you who's coming up.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
The mini movies.
You know, were you watching wrestling when they were introducing like Bray Wyatt and he had like little?
Full disclaimer: I've been watching wrestling since like '94, but yes, I've been watching that.
I've been watching wrestling, but sometimes I haven't watched really any of the new product.
If you were born in the '90s, you don't know wrestling.
You know what I'm saying?
Hogan was in the '90s,
Like I said, if you were born in the '90s, you don't know wrestling.
brother.
Did I ever tell you about the memories of Hulk Hogan?
No, when was this?
It was back in '77
When
in
he was wearing a
Rhode
singlet?
Island. No, it was when he was doing the shaved chest thing with Freddie
Okay.
Blassie. Yeah, he wanted a couple of white powdery things, and I put him over.
Spoiler: hit him so hard he became luscious lips after.
Thunder lips.
Whatever.
Bro, you ever think about that? Like, these guys had like so much money. Like, Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes were literally buying houses to see who could buy the biggest house.
Yeah.
That's great. Like, this was before WWE. This was when it was just territories.
No, that's right. I think, and correct me, I learned this recently. Flair was just a champ that was going to different
Yeah.
He
wrestling.
went everywhere. He was a real world champion.
Everywhere, yeah. It was crazy.
That was
bro.
the big thing. Don Juan Gonzalez Rodriguez, the owner of the shop, had told me that one of the biggest things they did was the end of a promo. I think it was the end of WCW or end of some kind of independent promo, and then Flair comes out with like a WWE belt or WWF belt.
I think it was like was it the NWA belt?
It was the WCW. It was the big belt that Flair bought.
Okay.
And Bobby the Brain Heenan cut a promo at the end of Superstars of Wrestling holding that belt up. And if you were born in the 70s and a wrestling fan, you lost your mind because they broke the wall. They never did that.
Is this?
Wow.
Are you talking about his first run in WWE?
Yes.
Or when he came? Oh yeah,
Yes.
that was.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
back in the day, they didn't mention each other. They didn't. But people who knew wrestling, who read the after mags and followed it before the World Wide Web and the information superhighway, we knew who everybody was. So when Dusty Rhodes, a 3-time NWA world champion, showed up in McMahon land wearing polka dots and saying, "Dude, it's good for you and it's good for me," we knew, hey, that ain't right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That ain't right. Because without respect, we reject. We know who that man is. We know what he did. So when Bobby the Brain Heenan, the best manager of all time, I'm waiting for you to disagree.
I'm gonna for at that time. You said
Of all time.
At that time.
Of
for
all
sure.
time.
Continue.
Ooh, I like.
Continue.
I
At
love
that
it.
time.
Who's better than Bobby the Brain? Bullet Bob?
Actively right now?
Yeah.
He's been as a manager?
Yeah.
Are you gonna say Paul Heyman?
Paul Heyman. What are you talking about?
Paul Heyman couldn't lace Bobby Heenan.
Is Paul Heyman his manager?
Yes.
He's his advocate.
He's
No,
his
but-
manager,
like-
not a UFC, but here he should be his
I
manager.
don't know, that's what I
UFC.
thought. Is he like he's legit? Like this is my
Anyways,
manager anywhere I go.
before you hijack his story that I hijacked,
Thank you.
Okay.
Bobby Heenan showed up with the WCW world title, and we just like, dude, they never mentioned each other. It was like Coke never mentioned Pepsi.
Right.
They never talked
You
about
get that in
it.
comics too. Like Marvel, DC won't talk about each other.
Yeah,
like
they
their
would
own
just
things.
acknowledge that's our distinguished competition. So when Bobby Heenan showed up,
Damn.
it was like, whoa.
That's cool. I love history. I love history on things.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, you know what? It's good, dude. I don't know why they're gonna wait too long to pull this plug, but they have to pull it.
Pull the plug.
They have to do the 4 Horsemen thing.
With?
They've got to offer Tessa a contract.
Oh, you mean have Charlotte and Tessa in the program?
Yeah, they got to pull it before it's like my fear for Tessa is that she'll get hurt in Impact before they have a check.
Yeah, but even if she gets hurt, when she gets there, she's gonna.
Nah.
Huh?
What are your guys' opinion on NXT?
Huh?
NXT, that's Triple H's thing, right?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on it? Was it good?
On who's Tessa Blanchard did what now? On NXT?
No, he's just asking about NXT.
Because you're talking about wrestlers.
Oh yeah, I think she would go to NXT, and right now Charlotte is NXT champ, right?
Mhm.
It would make the most sense to like get her over there and do a real 4 Horsemen angle because they tried it with Ronda and some other people. Ronda, Shayna, right? And there was like two other. They were calling themselves the Four Horsewomen.
I thought that was Bailey and Sasha Banks and Charlotte and the Man.
Right, but then when they were bringing in what's her freaking name, Ronda, her and her Four Horsewomen came. It was like the Four Horsewomen of
the UFC.
Yeah, and they came and most of and then like it was just like whatever. But they are legitimate horsewomen, and like to run that angle would be
funny thought.
yeah, you know.
There's only one incarnation of the Horseman that matters. Let's see if you get it right.
You say horsewomen, I was thinking Sarah Jessica Parker. She's a horse face.
Fuck.
Superfly Eli said that, not me.
To be fair, I was a fan when Chris Benoit was in the Four Horsemen, but okay.
You say Paul Roma, we're gonna have a problem.
Fucking
Wait.
It's gonna be
When Benoit was there, Mongo was there.
I said I like the idea of Chris being in the Four
Okay,
Horsemen.
I said, what is the best incarnation of the Horseman?
Arn. Why did I call him Arn? Tully Blanchard. Yeah, okay. Flair and Arn's brother.
Oli?
Yeah.
That's your best incarnation.
And then
of the
who was their manager at that time too?
James J. Dillon.
That's it.
Hey, shots fired.
That's it.
Shots fired.
And I love how like it just how Arn holds up the floor. I'm like fuck, just do it. I'm like God dang, those guys were on top. Fuck, just thinking about them. Damn it, that was wrestling.
You getting
Shit.
you getting a little personal growth going on?
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
6 feet 9 inches.
That was just beauty, man.
I'm gonna agree to disagree.
Okay,
The odd
go
man
ahead.
out.
Who?
You kick Oli out like they rightfully did, and you slide Barry Windham in there. There's a cover of Pro Wrestling Illustrated with the Horseman on there. Every single member of the Horsemen is holding a title belt. Flair with the big belt, Arn and Tully with the tags, and BW with the US.
So how do you claim the Horseman title? How do you decide that us four are going to be the Horsemen? Like,
I don't think I think you have to have at least
Arn
one.
created it.
Yeah, you got to have one of the original. In order to be in there, I think like one or two of the original have to be.
You have to name 5 breakfast cereals while getting punched. In some circles.
Shit.
Some circles.
Oh man.
In some circles.
Oh man, they could not. They tried, and they successfully remade the Horseman in Evolution. Evolution was a good version of the Horseman.
Oh yeah, we're talking about factions again, huh?
Yeah, I mean
we
they
never finished
we never did. I had a stake in that fight.
Oh, go ahead. Go. Who's the most underused faction in your opinion?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I love the Nation of Domination.
Oh man, yeah.
That's the thing.
How long did they run for it?
Not that it had been a couple years. Yeah, because the DX came in and that was the whole feud. But then Rox decided to go solo, and I don't know what came first, the Acolytes or the Nation. Then the Acolytes happened.
Yeah, I guess.
I love that whole angle. I don't know, just me.
But they didn't have. I think at that time there wasn't a writer who
knew Russo.
It was
who knew how to write that. Who knew how to write that?
John Henry, right?
Yeah,
Mark Henry.
Whatever.
Don't forget PG-13.
Shut up.
You don't like it because they're white rappers.
Shut up, Mark Henry.
Yeah.
Beat the trains. And then it was The Rock.
Yeah.
And Owen. Don't forget Owen Hart.
Yes.
Owen was in.
I'm not a nugget.
That's right.
But
R.I.P.
There wasn't Vince Russo who was writing?
Yeah.
I don't think he could write for that. I mean, it's evident. I mean, like there wasn't just. I guess you could say for Black and Latino wrestlers, like there wasn't like nobody really knew how to write them. The only person who kind of was given a push back then was Johnson, Ahmed Johnson.
Ahmed Johnson.
Yeah, he was given that. But even then, they were just like, what do we do with this guy? You know what I mean? But he fucked himself over. I think he had too big of a. He had an attitude for a reason. But
he's a Black Goldberg.
Oh man.
Right. Fair to say.
What?
He fucked some people up.
Yeah, but I mean, do you think? I would say that he could work more than Goldberg could.
Yeah, but I mean,
reckless,
believing his own hype.
Yeah, okay, for sure. Yeah.
My faction is going to be the Hart Foundation.
I thought that lasted forever.
No. There was a faction in the 90s, same area.
Oh, okay.
Brett, Jim, Davey Boy, and Brian Pillman.
Wow.
They just wrecked some shop, man. They were involved in so many storylines. The Austin Pillman home invasion.
Oh, that was so good.
They brandished the gun.
That was good. They
ended with a fade out with gunshots.
Did they go to Stone Cold's house or something?
No, Stone Cold goes to Brian's house.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay, yeah.
There's a home invasion.
Yeah.
Try that in 2020.
When you're watching it, you're like, is this
son?
Yeah.
Looks exactly like him, man.
That's about it.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Wow.
See, he'll
I think
use
there's
that
talent.
name and he'll get there.
Shots fired.
I'm just being real.
But I mean, like, I think he's got talent, man. I think he can do it.
Teddy Hart's got more talent.
Yeah.
Ted
You don't
Bundy
think
had
so?
talent.
You
Yeah.
got a Teddy Hart story?
You know what? It's hard. Teddy Hart is just a nice guy, man. He really
I've
is.
never heard anybody say that about him.
Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of people, I feel like rightfully so, Teddy feels that he was, like, shafted or he's missing out on something. You know, stuff is being, like, he was screwed out of a lot of stuff, and I can agree with that, but to me, my interactions with Teddy, he's been a nice guy. I think he's been his own worst enemy at times, for sure.
A lot of wrestlers like that.
Tier.
I dig it, man. I do think like he got screwed out of fucking the New Heart Foundation. When that I forget what happened, why he didn't get to go, but he was training with them. They were tagging up in FCW. They were all together, and then when they got their call up, he was the only one who didn't go.
It wasn't politics.
I don't know, man.
Ooh, the vampires.
Oh, the Brood.
Yeah.
The
Oh, more Brood.
The
Gangrel? Yeah, that's another one we'll throw in there.
Oh,
The vampires.
man,
There was
that
vampires.
was good, man. That was a good one.
Right? Edge and Christian. Like,
If only they would have known that Twilight was a thing, they would still be.
They held on for 5 years, dude. They could have redid everything with the pretty boy. Randy Orton could have became a vampire. Oh, it'd be great.
WCW would have sprinkled literal glitter on them as they came out.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, a WCW 3 count.
Oh!
What was that?
It was Shane Helms,
Evan Courageous,
and
Tank Abbott,
and Shannon Moore. They were a boy band of what?
The Ready to Rumble.
Oh fuck, Ready to Rumble was the greatest wrestling movie.
Dude.
It's better than No Holds Barred.
I will rule you.
Oh my god! Let me tell you something. When we first started AOW, and we were like, okay, we're gonna make this company the wrestling company. Blake and I were like, it would be so cool if we could get the actor to play Jimmy King.
Oliver Platt?
Yes! I know, man, that would be so good. And he was like, I will rule you! That is the greatest.
I will reign supreme.
Oh my gosh. If there's one thing WCW did that was right, was that movie. Making Mr. Arquette champion was a wrong move. Whoever that was.
It could have been any other actor.
That was Vince Russo.
I don't think I would, oh god.
Well, I don't know why, but at that time, too, people were like, oh, David Arquette. Here's
the thing.
He's funny.
You can only blame Vince Russo for so much. He's the guy who's like, hey, let's make David Arquette the champion. Somebody said, yeah.
Yeah, Vince Russo said it.
Somebody with a check.
Yes.
Okay. He was calling the shots. Yes, he was.
Eventually, but not during the Arquette thing.
Yes, he was.
Well, fuck it.
That's the show.
I blame Ted Turner for that then. Ted, you're an asshole. You could have stopped him.
Yeah, I just blame Ted Turner. We stopped blaming Ted Turner for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I want to get back on that bandwagon.
Yeah, Ted Turner, I blame for that.
I blame Jane Fonda.
Yeah, blame her.
There we go.
Yeah, Jane, why? Why would you blame sweet Jane Fonda?
Sweet Jane Fonda?
Yeah, sweet Jane.
Hanaway Jane? Oh, we don't talk politics.
Oh, man.
Politics kills sales.
Kills them.
It does kill sales.
Wise man said that.
Don Juan Capistrano.
Ethan Van Skyler.
Oh, sheesh.
Are we done?
Are we done?
Is this train wreck over with?
Yeah. What a great episode. I felt good about this.
When's it
gonna air?
Friday at 7 p.m. That is the schedule for the podcast.
Prime time.
Flag.
No. 7 p.m. That's why I put it on 7 p.m. After that, at that point, if your kids are up at 7, F you.
What an asshole.
If your kids are on YouTube at 7, I like your style.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like that old Chris Rock joke. Are you really doing something positive, getting money out the ATM at 2 a.m. in the morning?
I got my rims.
Are you?
That's true.
Are you really looking for good sources of home family entertainment at 7 o'clock? At 7 o'clock at night, like.
The spoiler mobile needs some rims.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, what a 24-hour rim station or shop?
Yeah, we just talked about it.
5 and dive.
All right.
Jeez.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and end this podcast, guys.
Mercifully.
Don't forget to like, and subscribe and leave some comments and
Share that stuff.
Share the shit out of this, man.
Share this. Don't share the beer bug.
Test our knowledge on comics and wrestling. Ask us
Definitely ask us questions.
Well, he can't participate because he knows nothing about either of them.
Oh.
Comics are my forte. Will Forte is a great actor. I just want to throw that out there.
Who the fuck is Will
He was on
Forte?
SNL. He was in that show. He's a remake of that show, Why I'm the Last Man.
Oh, Will Forte.
MacGruber. Yeah, Will Forte.
Nobody gets your obscure references. Everybody gets my obscure references.
We are gonna go enjoy some Corona-free tacos with Corona
Yes.
beer.
The drink.
We're
gonna eat out some tacos.
Yeah. We're gonna go eat some tacos. Be safe out there, guys. Thanks for letting us in your house through the video scope. A wise man would say.
And if you're on the toilet, be sure and
wash your hands.
Wash your hands
before you start touching like. Wash your hands and then touch the like button.
Yeah.
Smash that like button.
Ooh.
Put it. How do you say it? Bend it over your knee and spank it.
I'm gonna put it over.
He's gonna put it over. There we go.
I'm gonna put you over the.
Did we already do like and subscribe? Yeah, we said that.
Like and subscribe.
Head over. I'm gonna put some links.
Post
down.
pictures of Phoenix. Your favorite Phoenixes. Any kind of bird. Phoenix.
Show me your bone crusher stuff.
Fine.
Yes.
Your bone crusher. Your Phoenix bird. Your questions about comics or wrestling.
We need an artist here writing all this stuff down.
Well, he's got an important job now. We could try.
We gotta spring them. We gotta do like DX and invade that job and free them. Free them.
He would be so mad.
Yeah. He's like, what the fuck?
He's like, I just got this.
I just got this, damn bastard.
You assholes.
Hashtag leave me alone.
But yeah, guys, again, thanks for having us in your household. Thanks for watching us during this crazy time. I hope we bring you some sort of laughter. And
some cool comics.
Cool comic shit. Thanks for stopping
and
by.
Love. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is to love and be loved return. Says that shit got cut last time. Yeah.
Did I cut that?
That whole Moulin Rouge thing. That was
okay.
That
That's gonna stay in. Moulin Rouge is a shit, bro.
Fucking Moulin Rouge is a heartbreaking movie. I'm so pissed that
If you're feeling like overwhelmed and you want a good fucking cry to get everything out,
you want hope taken from you.
Yeah, watch that movie. Shit.
Cheese and crunch.
What did she have? Tuberculosis?
Some kind of cancer. Romantic movie.
And on that note, mahalo means goodbye.
Goodbye.